Welcome Chris Smith to Poppy TV once again, and a great game of football really in difficult conditions. Some will say it wasn't a purist game, but it didn't matter. It was a great win for the lads, and you in particular getting a goal. You say off his shin, I thought it was a volley.
Yeah, well, I think the boys were saying shin straight away, and it pretty much rolled down my shin, so whatever way, I don't mind. Scoring a goal was good as now. I got one earlier in the season, but something I need to get more of really as well. So.
It was a difficult game. They were a good team, weren't they? And they're going for the playoffs. And we've been struggling the last few weeks. It must be great to get some of the older players back in and give yourself some room.
Yeah, definitely. We went, I think, lost 3-1 out there. We went to their place earlier in the season, and they're a good side. You know what they're about. But yeah, having paired players like Stores back, CJ last week as well. On Tuesday, it's really helped us think and getting back to winning ways after a few bad results as the boys were buzzing in the change room.
And so the unity seems quite well. I was talking to Rhys Davis in first half on commentary, and he was saying despite the results that seem to have gone against Kettering, there's been a few controversial moments, let's say, since that Boston game. But the atmosphere with the players seemed to be good.
Yeah, they're great lads. We're a young bunch really. I think we brought Liam in. He's one of the oldest. We've got Stores a bit older as well, but other than that, you're a young group, and we get on really well off the pitch and training Tuesday, Thursdays as well. It's always a good spirit with the gaffer as well, puts on great sessions. So even though we've had a few bad results, it hasn't really been down in the dumps. I think the gaffer's really good at lifting everyone up, and you can see coming and getting 3 points against a team on the pitch like it was today, rock hard and the ball bouncing everywhere. Probably wasn't the prettiest, but he's kept us going and managed to get 3 points today. So.
I tried the old key test before the game and I couldn't get it in. I thought it might take a spin in the second half, but
no, nothing's going in that. I think all the boys are talking about wearing sandals and flip flops on there. It's rock hard. You can't put no stud goes into that or key. No.
How have you found it since Cully's been here? I mean, you obviously were with him at Kings Lynn, and he's a good manager, isn't he?
He is, yeah. I think everyone saw straight away from coming in the first session he put on. I kind of knew what was coming. Having been with Kings Lynn for 2 seasons, kind of knew the session that was coming, and the boys were really impressed with first set, and he's just since then it's carried on. He knows tactically he's great. If something's not going right, half time he'll always tinker with it, change it, and you can see it always bringing on subs to try and change the game if it winning, losing, wherever the situation is. So he's great, and Baz and Simmer and everyone that's come with him as well, really good.
His substitutions have been good. I mean, previously, and I don't want to go into the previous management, we're always a bit sort of when they're going to ever happen, but Cully seems to read it well, and it's paid off time and time again.
I think it's great to have a manager on the side that you can turn to and think things aren't quite going right, and you're not going to just slave away doing the same things. You can trust him to change it and try and get something from the game. So it's great to have him on board really.
What's it like as a player when a manager goes and a new one comes in? How do you approach it?
I think it's difficult, especially the circumstances that happened with the old gaffer leaving. That was quite different. I personally, it's the first time in first team football for me that there's been a managerial change, so it was a new thing for me as well. But I think everyone's taken to it really, really well, and it's the gaffer's been great with all of us. He's settled us all in well to the way he wants to do things, and he hasn't changed too much really. You can't change too much with that pitch as well. You can't go around.
It's a bowling green.
Oh yeah, well some people might think so looking at it, but when you're on it, it's not the easiest to play on. So the gaffer does like to try and get it down and play, but with this pitch, it's not really something.
The bounce is very uneven, isn't it? It's very difficult to judge on the boat, and that's why people can get through and one-on-ones happen, isn't it? But,
exactly.
It makes it difficult for defending.
Yeah, it does. Defenders and attackers might like a bit more because you can get around defenders, but for us defenders, it's not the best thing to play on. But we've got it's our pitch, and it seems like we moan about it a lot, but it helps us out as well. I think when we know how to play on it, it does make for some entertaining games.
View on the penalty?
I think he's got me, I've got him. We've both gone down, and I think it's come from we need to be a bit higher. Flick down, it is straight through, which is my fault at the end. But I think it is a pen. But there's bits that we can try and do sort of eradicate it later on, I think.
We've seen them given and we've seen them not given, haven't we?
Yeah,
You know,
it made for a bit of a nervy end, which probably shouldn't have been, because I think we were in control for a bit of it.
Well, up in that time you were, weren't you? And
yeah.
then there just seemed to be a bit of panic stations when you got into the box. But on this occasion, luckily well, not luckily, but we held fast and got the points we deserved. So,
yeah, definitely.
Great for you! Great for that shin of yours.
Yeah,
I can't see the mark it made.
No,
so
it was caressed off the shin.
I suppose in years to come the myth can grow. It was a 40-yard volley. From
the fish will get bigger.
That's it.
But yeah. No.
Okay, Chris. Great to have you in here. Thank you very much. Well done. Great game, and let's hope we can continue at Southport next week.